My husband called me crying about our daughter. I drove straight to the hospital, and that's exactly what he was counting on. When Curtis called me at work, I knew something was wrong immediately because he was crying. We had been married for 14 years, and I had never once heard my husband cry. There's been an accident, he said. Lila ran a red light and a truck hit her on the driver's side. I couldn't breathe or speak. They're taking her to the hospital, but I'm stuck an hour away and I can't get there in time. I asked him if she was alive, and he said he didn't know because the paramedics wouldn't tell him anything over the phone. Then he said, "I love you," and hung up. I didn't even grab my purse. I just ran. I drove 30 minutes going 90 the whole way, and I ran every red light because I kept picturing my 16-year-old daughter's body twisted up in metal and glass. When I got to the emergency room, I sprinted to the front desk crying, and the woman behind the computer looked up at me with this calm expression that made me want to scream. "My daughter was just brought in from a car accident," I said. "Her name is Lila Davis. She's 16. The woman typed something and stared at her screen for way too long. "I'm not seeing anyone by that name," she said. "Are you sure she was brought here?" I spelled it for her and she typed again, then shook her head. I felt my whole body start to vibrate. "Check again," I said, and my voice came out louder than I meant it to. A security guard walked over and put his hand on my arm. "Ma'am, I need you to take a breath." I grabbed his sleeve. "My daughter is dying somewhere in this building. I need to find her." He looked at the woman behind the desk and she shrugged. "There's no Lila Davis in our system," she said again. "I'm sorry." I called Curtis 16 times and every single call went straight to voicemail. I was standing in the middle of the emergency room lobby shaking when I decided to try to call Lila directly. She picked up on the second ring. "Hey mom, what's up?" Her voice was so casual and alive that I had to lean against the wall to keep from collapsing. "Where are you?" I asked. "I'm at Misty's house," she said. "We're working on our history project. I thought I told you this morning." I closed my eyes and tried to understand what was happening. "Are you hurt?" I asked her. "What?" "No," she laughed. "Why would I be hurt?" I told her to stay exactly where she was until I called her back. Then I hung up and stood there trying to make the pieces fit together. Why would Curtis lie about an accident like this? This cold feeling started spreading through my chest as I realized there was only one reason he would need me out of the house for several hours. I ran back to my car and I drove even faster than before. When I got home, the front door was unlocked. Curtis never leaves the door unlocked. I stepped inside and immediately noticed that everything was wrong. The TV, soundbar, and PlayStation had vanished from the entertainment center. I walked through the house room by room and every single one had holes in it. The office had nothing left but empty desks and dangling cables. Our bedroom closet was half empty with bare hangers still swinging on his side like he'd just left. The safe in the back of the closet was open and cleaned out, which meant he took the emergency cash, my grandmother's jewelry, both passports, and both birth certificates. Then I found the note on the kitchen counter. "I needed you gone long enough to do this. I'm sorry it had to be this way, but you would have tried to stop me. Don't bother looking for me. I'll contact you about Lila when I'm ready. Tell her I love her." I pulled out my phone and opened our banking app, and the joint checking account showed a balance of $0. I checked savings, and it was the same. $18,000 transferred to an account I'd never seen. He took everything we had, and he used our daughter as bait. His note made it clear that he thought I'd never be able to find him, and that he had all the power now. I actually laughed out loud in my empty kitchen, because 3 weeks ago, I'd noticed him acting strange, so I hid an AirTag in the lining of his trunk. I opened the Find My app and watched his little blue dot moving down the interstate, completely unaware that I could see exactly where he was headed. I called the police and gave them his location.